this is an ongoing problem. It just didn't start. Last year, they had another tower on the news because of this. And what it is like these tall towers, they kind of, might remind you of like, the tall towers in like New York or, Philly, somewhere like that, Chicago, Cabrini Green. It's like a lot of towers throughout our city, and therefore the people who are on low income. And as you can see, they're not really taking care of those properties, as they should be. So I have somebody on the phone here. They're just going to be speaking from the phone. So I'm going to put them on speaker, but they're going to be going down there and starting a petition and see if they can get residents down there to sign. And, because we really trying to get the city to take control of this situation, because it's been going on for years. And it's just gotten to the point where people, like they said, they stay downstairs in the lobby because they don't even want to go to their rooms because of the bugs. And then you saw the laundry rooms all around the washers, the dryer. It's just hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of bed bugs. So even if you was going downstairs to wash your clothes to get rid of the bugs, or put them in a dryer, which is one way to get rid of the bugs, because they die in high heat. Is like when is that many residents in a tower that have bed bugs washing their laundry, it's like, how do you get rid of the bugs? So anyway, I got somebody on the phone who's going to speak to us, and she's going to talk about the petition and what she knows has been going on down at the towers. So go ahead, Tiff.
Yes.
Hi, how are you today?
I'm fine. How are you?
I am doing wonderful. Thank you for joining us today and taking time out your day. I know it's a busy time of the day, kids just getting out of school and whatnot. So thank you. I appreciate you for joining us today. Now, could you give us a little information on what you know that's going on down there? I know we both know people who live there, and we both been knowing about this problem for some time. So go ahead.
Well, excuse me. Well, dealing with the bed bugs it's been going on for years. I have an auntie and an uncle also that stays in the Evans Towers. And then back about 3 or 4 years ago, I had a cousin that stayed in the towers called the Jackson Towers. And they had bed bugs. And another problem that they have is no one is doing anything about it. I have an aunt that's been bitten by the bed bugs. She has bite marks all over her body. And they turn into sores because she keeps scratching. At this time, she's 60. I think my auntie's around about 65, 60, probably a little older than that. She's probably in her 70s. She's been dealing with the bed bugs. She's been eating up. They moved her from one unit to another unit and thinking that was going to solve the problem, but it has not. And then it caused family relationships because we want them to be part of the family and come to gatherings, but we're scared that we'll get the bed bugs into our homes. And so they have been speaking out to the people at OHA. I have talked to some people at OHA and talked to them about the bed bugs, the mice, the mold, not even bed bugs, they got roaches. It's a lot going on in them towers.
Yeah, it sounds like they've been living. I mean, I know this personal because, me and you, we know each other, and we both have family members and friends that live down there. So, and you're right about that because, I mean, it's just like if you know somebody who got bed bugs in their own house, just a single one family house, and you're like, okay, I don't know if I want to invite them over. I'm sure not going to their house, but you don't want them to feel like an outcast of the family, And it makes it really difficult around the holidays because those things travel. And just like the man said in the video, you go in and you come out with bed bugs on you, even if you're just visiting your family.
And I personally, with my cousin, he lived in the Jackson Towers. He brought him to my home, and then I had to throw away everything out of my home. So I don't want to be leaving my family out, but it's like once you get bed bugs, it's hard to get them out of your home. And when I go visit my aunt, I have her come outside, even though she's on a walker and she's have a cane and everything. I know it sounds harsh to say, but I have to have her come out the building because I don't want to go in the building because I don't want to have to risk bringing nothing home to me or my household. So that's how we communicate with them. If we don't talk to them over the phone, they will have to come out of the building to communicate with them. We don't, it's been hard even taking them to the store to do grocery shopping or do anything because they have so many bed bugs in their apartments where you be scared that they gonna fall off their coats, their shoes, or, she had them all over in her hair. She cut her hair down where she had to go bald because they was getting in her hair and making her scratch her scalp a lot. So I am going to go down there Monday, if God will, to speak with my uncle that lives there. And we're going to try to get a petition started in the building so that we can get everybody to sign the petition and say what's wrong with their units. And see if we can get that to the Housing and Authority or the city, because I don't even know, with all of the complaints that they have been getting over the years, I don't know why the city have not stepped in and did anything about none of that.
Right. I agree. It's have been a long time, and I even seen like shows before because certain topics you might be taking some interest in, and I'll be on YouTube sometime and I'll be seeing stuff like exterminator shows and just watching all type of stuff, and I know that they die in high heat, but to do that you have to literally remove yourself from the home. You have to take all your electronics out. You have to cover up everything. You gotta, and then they heat the place up to what, like 200-300 degrees in order to kill them. And that's like, these towers are, how many apartments you think are in the towers?
Well, there's 12 floors.
12 floors, okay.
There's 12 floors in the Evans Towers. And I believe there's 12 floors. I believe there's 12 floors at each tower.
Yeah, I think so too.
And it starts on my aunt's floor. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Give and take, I want to say it's 8 apartments, 8 to 9 apartments on one level, starting from the second floor up to the 12th.
Wow. So that's like 12 floors and like at least 8 apartments maybe. So that's 96 units. So 96 units that is dealing with bed bugs, and that's in each of the towers. And how many towers are here? We got Jackson, we got Underwood, we got Evans. What's the one over in South Omaha?
We have Florence Towers, we have Jackson, we have Florence Towers, we have Jackson, we have Underwood, we have Park Ave, South and North Towers, we have
Evans, we have
the Park Ave Towers, we have the Park South and Park North Towers. We have we have a lot of towers.
It's a lot of them. It's a lot of them.
It's a lot of towers. I want to give and take. We have about a good 10 or less towers here in Omaha that deals with the OHA. And by the way, my son just got on the top of the list to get him a 1-bedroom unit through OHA, and they want to put him in the tower. It's called the Park South Towers. And I had spoken with the man. I said, well, with the news, I said, y'all got the bed bugs, y'all have the rats, the mold, and the roaches and stuff. I'm like, if he don't want that tower, is there someone in the place that he can stay? I said, because I don't want him to live in there, especially when you have health issues. And he told me, the guy told me, he said, well, if he don't take the tower, that they will take him out for housing. He just won't be able to assist with housing. He won't get no place to stay. And I said, well, y'all don't have any more 1-bedrooms anywhere that y'all can give him? Why would he want to take a tower, or why would y'all even want to move him into a tower when y'all know that y'all have these problems? And the guy told me that even though they have their problems, that there's the only 1-bedroom places for people with just their self is in the towers. They, out of all of these apartments that they are building, out of all of these houses that they are building, and y'all mean to tell me y'all only got 1-bedrooms and they only in the tower, so they not building no other apartments with 1-bedrooms or no other houses with 1-bedrooms. Everything is 2 and up. And so I asked him if he can have someone get on his lease to get a 2-bedroom so he wouldn't be in the tower, and they told him no. They said they know what's going on in the towers, but if he want a place to stay, he's just gonna have to take them towers. And if he don't want to take the towers, then he will be off the waiting list for housing.
That is messed up.
And they said that he can't get no other place. And they building houses and apartments everywhere here. And they mean to tell me that only 1-bedrooms they have is in the towers. And if he goes for a 2-bedroom, they said he would have to be on the bottom of the waiting list for the 2-bedrooms. And he already been waiting for almost a year and a half just to get his 1-bedroom. So you can imagine how long it'll take for him to get 2 bedrooms. And he's disabled, so he's not able to go and get a job and afford a regular apartment or a regular home. So they told him,
and plus he's on disability, so he's on disability, so he cannot, afford to just go out and get a regular normal house and pay regular rent. So this is what a big problem is like a lot of these people in these towers are disabled.
Yes.
They are disabled and they are on low income. They get 1 check a month and they've been dealing with this for years. And y'all saw in the video, it is horrific.
And it's worse than that on the other towers. Jackson Towers has an interview with people. The Evans Towers have an interview with people. And even with the bite marks, even with all of that that's going on, I feel like it's time for everyone to take a stand. So hopefully Monday I will be able to go down to the Evans Towers and start a petition. I would like for everybody to write, or they can just write down their name and stuff and list what's going on with their apartments, and they can give me the letters or however they decide they want to do it. But I will have to talk to them on the outside of the building because I don't even like to go into the part where you will have to put the elevator to go up.
Yeah.
Because we was in the lobby a couple of months ago. We was in the lobby thinking that it was safe just being into the lobby area because, it's more room and things, and there was bed bugs in the lobby. So that's what caused me not to go back into the lobby area. Mm-hmm. For me to see my aunt. So, like I said, for me to see my aunt or my uncle, I would have to call them downstairs. And even though she's disabled, she cannot get another house because she can't afford it. They want to try to get her in something like assisted living and stuff. And then a lot of people from the assisted living don't want to take no one in from the towers because they don't want to have the bed bug problems into their residence. So the thing with assisted living is they want them to throw away everything. They can't bring nothing with them into their unit.
And that is very true. They will have
to throw away everything. Their beds, everything will have to be thrown away. They cannot come to the assisted living programs or to the other housing programs and with nothing but really the clothes on their back. They don't want them to bring anything from the towers because they don't want the situation to end up being in their in their properties.
Yep, and that's absolutely true. I know somebody who works at a nursing home, and when they take in people, I ain't gonna say their name, but when they take in people from the towers, they literally bag their stuff up and they take them to a designated place in the nursing home, and they immediately wash them everything in steaming hot water, and then they dry them, on high heat. But they do that with everybody who comes from the towers. So yeah, a lot of these nursing homes don't even want them unless they come with basically just the clothes on their back. which is really sad because, a lot of things that people, even us normal people, a lot of things we have in our house are keepsakes. Somebody might have bought something for you, your children, your husband, your wife, and then to tell you got to throw everything away just to live somewhere that's in a livable condition. So yeah, it's really sad. It's really sad, and it's really hard to watch. I know some of y'all in the chat is like, "Oh my God, I'm triggered," and that's crazy that people got to live like this. But it is, it is like that. And also, I was going to say, I saw Rico's comment about, people must be nasty or something like that. I know that, yeah, that you could get them from that, but most people get bed bugs because somebody brought them to them. Like most people get bed bugs because they went somewhere and it hitchhiked on them. That's how bed bugs arrive. Rich people, famous people, people in mansions, they can get bed bugs. If you go somewhere and there's bed bugs and they hitchhike with you, they go back home with you. And if you don't know it, them things create kids. I mean, I said kids like they create baby bed bugs just like mice and roaches and rats. They like them things get pregnant and they one next thing you know, you got a big problem. You got a huge problem. So it don't matter where you live, what environment you come from, how much money you make. You can get a bed bug. Like literally, hotels, planes. It takes one.
It only takes one. It only takes one. And one thing about bed bugs and roaches, once they mate, they mate. And it don't have to be that a person is filthy because my house stay clean. I love my home, and I loved my house when I lived in my home. I keep my house clean, and it's just because my cousin was in the towers. And he'll come over to my house. He came over to my home, and he was bringing the bed bugs from his place over to my home. And when I finally, my kids were like something biting them and everything, I never seen the bed bugs, but I knew something was biting on my kids. And it hurted me that he knew he had them, but he still came to my home. A lot of people have them and come to your home and don't act like there's nothing to it because they don't want to be turned away for coming to your home. Just like a lot of people have roaches, they don't want you to turn them away because they want to be around you, so they want to be around the family, and they don't tell you that they got roaches and bed bugs. So when he came to my house, it hurt me because a lot of my stuff that I just bought for my kids, and being on the fixed income by myself, being disabled, it's nothing nice when you got to throw away your whole house and start all over just because some people want to be inconsiderate on where they go when they know they have things in their homes that can cause problems. So you don't have to be nasty to get bed bugs. I went to the Hilton hotels and they had bed bugs because they got a lot of people that travels in and out from all different kind of places. And they bring bed bugs and roaches. Just like when you go out to eat, you don't know when people come to go out to eat if they got bed bugs or roaches or in their home and they drop a roach or two because it only takes for them to mate one time.
Yeah.
And they spread and they keep spreading and keep spreading and keep spreading. And that's the thing about it. Everybody that has them at the towers, they all in the walls, they all in the vents. They go from one unit to the next unit. We even took my auntie and threw away everything in her building, in her house. We threw away all her old. We threw away everything. Moved her into another unit that they claimed that didn't have bed bugs. And Lord behold, she's in that unit and she has bed bugs because the whole building is affected with bed bugs. It don't even need to be bombed. It don't need to be heated. They need to tear them down and build something else because they so infected and they've been infected for years. My son was 3 years old when my cousin brought the bed bugs to our home. And so he's 14 now. So there's been over 11 years, and Jackson Tower still had bed bugs then, and they still have them now. So them bed bugs is all through the towers and the walls and the sockets. They all over the place. Refrigerator sockets. They anywhere that they can get. So if you're there You can have the cleanest apartment you ever have, but they come through your vent, they come through the wall, they come through the sockets, just like roaches. They everywhere.
Mm-hmm,
and if you go all them years from not being treated, and all of them different people have all of them they're all of them apartments in that tower, and all of them years, and there ain't nothing being treated, and nobody doing nothing about it. It's all over. They don't even need to bomb. They just need to tear them down and get on people a better place to live.
Yeah, I'm with you on that because I don't think if anything can be truly done. I mean, they can bring in them big old heaters, but the thing about it, when you got like 8 units on each floor and you got like 10 floors or 12 floors, that's a lot of units, and they can only go so many rooms. Like you would have to bring in hundreds and hundreds of heaters to do the whole building at one time, to get it done all together and knock it out at one time. So I don't even know if that's possible. And then they would have to get rid of everybody's stuff. So I don't think it's possible, but I do.
I don't think it either. Mm-hmm. I think it's just, I think because the thing about it is, I just think that they building all these new places for people that's moving out of the projects into other homes, giving them places to stay because they want to tear down the projects. They're giving everybody places to stay in these different homes and these different apartment buildings. The same way they doing that, they need to tear them towers down, and people just gonna have to, and they need to get Red Cross or something in, or they need to get them people a check where they can go and start all over again in another place and buy them some clothes, buy them furniture or whatever. It's not going to replace like the pictures that they have for their loved ones or things of that sort, because the bed bugs are everywhere.
Yeah, you can't bring pictures, you can't bring books, you can't bring nothing like that.
That you take the pictures out of the photo album and stuff like that and put them somewhere. I don't know, but they want you to throw away everything.
Yeah, so you can't bring the picture frames.
Mm-hmm. They would have to start from bottom up. So they need to just tear them down like they do in the projects and take them people, get them a emergency check and move them into some other apartments, and they're going to have to start all over again.
Yeah.
Because everybody that's in there can't afford affordable housing. They can't afford a one bedroom. A one bedroom is hitting you about $800-900. That's not even that. And they all is on disability. Everybody in the tower is either on disability or they don't have a job.
Yep, that's true.
So they disability ain't nothing but $943 a month. So $943 a month, and they don't have to pay utilities, but $943 a month. You're not going to get in a one bedroom apartment nowhere in Omaha, nowhere. That's been not nice something. 8-something, and then you still have to pay the lights, the gas, and all of that stuff that comes along with some apartments. So I just feel like they just need to tear them down and let them people start all over again.
Yeah. They got to do something. They got to do something. And again, I know somebody said, let me go back to, okay, somebody said, so what do we need to do? Well, this is a local issue. So what we're doing is not that the masses can't, you know what I'm saying? This is the hood table. We discuss everything from the hood, our hood, and beyond. The hood to the White House. That's one of our slogans. So this is a topic that needs to be spoken on because, again, this has been happening for years, and the community is getting tired of it, and they're tired of calling the news. They're tired of calling OHA. They're tired of calling, so what we're doing right now is we're getting some community leaders together, and I spoke with one of them earlier today. We had a really nice conversation. And put some things, into rotation here, trying to get the wheels rolling on some things. But one of the things my caller is going to do is, if you live in this city of Omaha and you have friends, family members, anybody who lives there or is concerned about somebody who lives there, reach out to us. Email me, thehoodtable@hotmail.com, or comment down below the video. I'm on Snapchat, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook. I'm everywhere. So you can reach out to me on a lot of different platforms, or you can just email me at thehoodtable@hotmail.com. I do have some community leaders that I've spoken to. Again, we're going to be discussing this again coming up soon. But for right now, what we're doing is trying to get community leaders together, concerned citizens together, because this affects our community. Even if you don't live in the towers, like we were saying, if you have family members that live in the towers, a lot of them don't get to leave the towers because it's infested with bed bugs. And if y'all saw the video, if y'all ever seen an infested house or infested apartment, every inch of the place is infested with bed bugs. So it's not like they can leave and come and go as they please, going over their friend's house, going to their family house, going to see their kids, their grandkids. They're kind of shunned. They're kind of shunned and treated as an outcast, not negatively, like, browbeaten or anything like that. But it's hard to tell somebody, I'm sorry, but I don't have thousands and thousands of dollars if my house get infested with bed bugs. I can't take a chance. It's hard telling people that, but you got to be honest. It's brutal, but you got to be honest. So our guest on the phone is going to be going down to the towers, and she's going to be talking to different residents and asking them to tell exactly what's going on with their home. Community leaders are getting involved. So hopefully we can get this situation rectified. I'm with our guests. I think they should tear the suckers down. Them buildings have been having issues for years. If it ain't bugs, if it ain't mice, if it ain't roaches, it is one thing or another, and it's been going on for years. And as far as like the money to take care of that issue, in 2023, it was a budget of $86 million designated. It was designated to like $16 million in maintenance expenses for OHA. And a closer look, they said, showed about $200,000 going to HVAC, because you heard they say a lot of them, the heat don't work in their units. And then they said less than $3,000 was dedicated for pest control. So put that together. $86 million. That was our budget in 2023. $16 million went to maintenance for public housing, and less than $3,000 was dedicated for pest control. So do y'all understand that? We have like 10 towers that are infested in one city with 10 to 12 floors, like 8 residents on each floor. Add that up, do the math. And less than $3,000 dedicated for all those towers for pest control. It costs that much to get rid of bed bugs in your own home. It costs like $3 for your own single family home. It costs like $3,000 if you were to have those people come out with those big ass hot ass fans and heaters. It costs like $3,000 just for one home. That is why the never gets rectified. They don't even put the money. They know these people are living here in these horrible, unlivable conditions, but they're only allocating less. They said less. I'm saying 3, but they said less than $3,000. So yes. So that's what we're doing. We're having a call to action for the community. That's what we're doing for our residents and our loved ones who live in those towers. And on that note, you got any last minute words, guests?
Well, even if you don't have family members or anyone in them towers, it would be cool just to, if y'all can decide to write a note or a statement on how y'all feel that it's an impact on people that live like that, and what y'all think that should be done. Just to have y'all opinion, y'all voices to take to the mayor, the city, or whoever we have to go to get this problem situated. it can help. All voices and all letters, all concerns are welcome.
Yeah.
So if y'all have anything that y'all want to write, and email it to the hood table, or y'all want to write and send it to the city, the state, or just send it.
Yeah, I'll leave all the information in for the mayor and everything.
Yeah, to send it. Anything help. You don't have to live in Omaha, Nebraska. Just if you feel for these people and their safety and their concerns and their health conditions, and imagine if it was your grandparents, your auntie, or your own mother, or someone living in this kind of situation. What is it that y'all want them to know? What is it that y'all can tell them that to make them even to know that somebody even outside of the Omaha, Nebraska, cares for what's going on with the people that's in Omaha, Nebraska. So anything helps.
Yeah. And do y'all remember that story? It was about a year ago, that guy who died in the jail, in the prison, and he died from bed bugs. Like, you can literally die from that because the infection can get so bad if it's untreated. And his cell was infested with bed bugs, like infested. Like, they found thousands and thousands and thousands of bites on him when they found his body. And he had been complaining, his family had been complaining, that his cell, that the jail is infested with bed bugs, and they didn't do anything. He would scream and cry out at night, begging them to help him, and they wouldn't do anything. You can die from bed bugs. You get an infection and it's bad enough and it gets through your bloodstream, you can die from bed bugs. So I just want to say that part. And thank you, guests. I'm gonna have them send letters to the hood table email, the hood table at hotmail.com. And also, I will put information in the comment section and on my community wall and let you guys know. You said you might go Friday or Monday. You said start doing that.
It'll be Monday.
Monday, okay. Okay, yeah, our guest is going to start Monday, going down there to speak to people at the different towers and signing gets petitions signed and stuff, because this is a state of emergency here, you guys. It's a state of emergency. I mean, just rewind and watch the video if y'all missed it, but it's really serious. It's really serious. And thank you so much to my guest for joining us today. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day, and I'll be talking to you soon, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye.